Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, you beautiful people all around. My name is Rhodes.
I'm Rico.
I'm still Firth.
Always Firth is Firth, and he's Firthing things up. I am your host with the least most, and we are here to rock your world.
He's like our Matt Worst.
And
What? Was that? Wait.
I'm not Matt Best.
No.
No, that was a Matt Best
Matt
fucking Facebook, YouTube, you know?
No.
Matt Best, 11 Bravo. What?
Wow.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this uncultured swine that we brought before you.
He's fresh. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he's not quite into the veteran accoutrement
Oh,
of
sorry. He's in the army.
social
He has
media.
to know everybody in the army.
Yes, it's a
No,
tight-knit
no.
circle.
Matt Best is retired from the army, and he does a bunch of videos. He also co-owns, what is it, 911 Apparel or Ranger Up?
Probably both. Who knows?
I think he co-owns Ranger Up and Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Maybe. Allegedly. Hey, if you guys need me for the next movie, I'm in.
Yes, and he has
Oh!
was that Range
Yeah. He just wrote a book.
17?
Yeah, okay. But he's,
Yes, he did.
Wow. We're
Hey,
plugging
hold
the
on,
fuck out of
hold
Matt
on.
Best.
And-
This wasn't my
yeah.
attention.
No. My entire attention was to
Yeah.
blow Matt Best on this fucking
Black
podcast, so he sponsors it. I love
Black
all of
Rifle
his shit.
Coffee.
I will sponsor the
Jesus
fuck
Christ,
out
he
of
was-
Matt
where
Best.
is he? Hold
You know,
on.
he's gonna
He's
sponsor
like a
us.
range, wasn't he op? Was he? Yeah.
So he was a ranger.
Tier-
He was
he
just
tier
an
one or
11
something?
Bravo went ranger, and then he got out, and then he was a private contractor for the CIA, and then he finally got out of that altogether. But while he was a contractor for the CIA and he was deployed, he was doing a lot of the rap videos and the music videos and stuff like that. And he started the T-shirt company, and then he started doing Black Rifle
Yeah.
Coffee
I know
Company
who
when
he
he
is.
got back.
Hey, Matt Best. I see you.
I
Hey,
just want to call.
I just want to call someone out. Matt Best. Hey, man. You're making things work. Who the fuck am I, right?
Yeah, the man makes
Yes.
more money than I dream of at night. So he's doing awesome right now, and I have zero reason to shit on this guy. I laugh
Black
at
Rifle has their
all of his
own like
videos.
LMTV. It's like a coffee LMTV that goes around to like different bases and stuff.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Like a gut truck?
I follow them on Instagram, and it's an LMTV that has been converted to a like coffee distribution truck.
So it's like an LMTV taco truck.
Yes,
That
sounds great.
awesome.
yes.
That is
I
actually.
guess I
don't-
can't do that now.
That would. Well, no, you can just do an FLA.
Ooh.
Yeah, suck it. Original ideas.
Which, with an FLA would be a great taco truck conversion vehicle.
Right?
It really would. Or I mean, LMTV is also fucking awesome. But I was talking to the other day? I said just do a striker and use the McDonald door on the side as the delivery door,
That'd be funny as fuck, actually. Yeah.
and you can just stand out of the TC hatch.
Right.
And take
Yeah, we just
orders.
hang the menu on the Red Cross.
Yep. And you just gut out the whole truck, turn it into a kitchen.
I mean, we
Oh.
already gutted out anyway, though. So there's that.
Yes.
And I already cooking it all the time.
Yes.
So
Yes. 100% correct.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for your knowledge, if you roll up on my truck in the field, I have a stove.
Yes.
Like, we're supposed to be carrying patients, but if we have downtime and I'm not expected to be a medic at that point in time, dinner time, I am cooking Spam fried rice. I have a box full of spicy.
Mayo.
going all out.
Bam!
No.
Fried rice.
Hey, hold the mayo this time.
And if
Stop. Stop.
no,
You're-
don't you dare insult my food
Right?
with generic white guy
100%. What?
isms.
100%.
That is.
I don't see
No.
shades and colors and things.
More
Because
mayonnaise.
you want to know who has eaten my food for the past 6 years and never complained once? Fucking Rico.
You're welcome.
You want to know who had me cook the turkey every Thanksgiving for the past 6 years?
Who?
Fucking
It
Rico.
became
Oh.
tradition. You don't step on somebody else's
Oh.
dick
Also,
during tradition.
my turkey is bomb as fuck.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not gonna lie, it is. You did this weird lemon
Yes.
one year, I think. That one I wasn't so fond of.
No, it's always been Angry Orchard, I think.
It was an Angry Orchard one. God damn it! Sponsored by Angry Orchard. When you, because we all love sassy apples here at Angry Orchard.
My brine and my fucking injection is always Angry Orchard. I've done it.
Stop
Angry Orchard and
giving
butter.
out free advertising. Cool. All right.
I'm just saying I drink a lot of it, and I may or may not be drinking it
Listen,
right now.
Matt Worst drinks Angry Orchard. That's what happens.
Not worse.
So, beautiful people that are listening right now,
Yeah. Yep.
and/or right now, but in the future, because
Endor.
that's a thing.
In the future,
Speaking of and/or in the future, and/or not in the future, or hashtag Illuminati.
Bow, 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 bow.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Conspiracy Theories.
Hell yeah.
We love conspiracy theories here on the Underqualified and Overcompensated podcast. We love the concept of them. We love talking about them.
Yes.
Forewarning, if you love conspiracy theories and not love to hear about them, but you love
Turn your
just
fucking
talking
phone
about
off.
them. If you just oh, fuck, okay.
you motherfucker!
No.
Turn that
No!
shit up.
No. Keep it in.
It's
Now
staying
every
in.
time
So
his
my-
phone goes off and says
fucking-
Rhodes House, you have to take a drink. Please have a safety plan.
Yes.
Call no
Yes.
DUI something wherever you're at.
Uh,
Whatever works
I
for
have
you.
silenced it
100%.
every podcast. Every time we record, I've silenced it the past 2 times. But as soon as I went up, I was like, son of a bitch. So my phone says Rhodes House when I get a text. But if you are an individual who actually believes in what people would call conspiracy theories, this might not be your episode because, spoiler alert, 9 out of 10 of these we're not going to agree with.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about this podcast, if we don't agree with you, we're not letting you off kindly and or short, and we're not going to go around the bush. We're going right through the bush. We're going to go through the bush next to it, and we're going to punch her straight in the tank.
Yeah,
So if
you're
you
a
don't
fucking
like
idiot.
your conspiracy theory, we're fucking it all up.
Yeah.
We're going to shit on you. So if that offends you, fuck off.
Yes.
I feel like it's a very broad disclaimer. I feel like that
No,
gets the
but
point out.
you know
Welcome
what,
to our
though? I think-
podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Welcome to our podcast. Yeah, we accept everyone. We love everyone.
yes.
But if you come at us with some dumb shit,
If you've been drinking Mountain Dew all day, don't fucking come with me.
Who's the
Hold on.
No, wait.
hold on, that's like half my family.
Who's the Democratic nominee who's like this, like, bubbly person
AOC.
who got really-
AOC.
No, stop it. No. Who's like,
I don't know.
no. Oh, my God.
I don't follow Democrats anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. And
I don't follow any of it
she
until the
got-
primaries.
She got really famous on Oprah. And
AOC.
she's all about, like, that positivity and shit like that.
You mean recently?
Yes.
AOC.
God damn it. I'm looking it up. I'm sure our
That's
listeners
what I'm doing.
are.
You don't say you're looking it up. They have to think
No.
you're smart. He's not.
Yeah, they have to think we just have this at the top of our head. I can edit it that way, but I mean,
Michelle. Is it like Michelle Williams or
Michelle
something?
I,
Obama?
don't know, I just had to scroll through 9 old white
not
guys to get to the female list.
It's also not Michelle Williams. That was that. I think she was a
Girl.
person on
I feel
on
you.
Oh my God!
Kirsten
Beyonce left
Gillibrand.
that ass.
What is it?
Kirsten Gillibrand?
No,
No. Kamala Harris.
no.
Amy Klobuchar.
Amy Schumer.
No,
Nope.
no,
Sarah Silverman.
Um,
AOC.
Beto O'Rourke.
no, no. Beto O'Rourke is not a female.
Oh,
She's
Hey, you know
moving.
what? No. Hold on. That's inappropriate of me. I should not assume.
Yeah, you should never assume his gender.
yeah.
Nope, you are correct.
Wait,
I
that's not a
apologize.
chick?
Wait, Beto O'Rourke's a dude?
Awkward.
Marianne Williamson?
Yes, that's her.
You just made that name up. That's
her.
unbelievable.
No.
She is a spiritual counselor
Yes.
to Oprah Winfrey. and
Yes.
has written several best-selling books, including her debut, A Return to Love. She's calling for a moral and spiritual
Yes.
awakening in the country with her campaign.
I
So
love
that's
it
what
so much.
qualifies her. Is
I hope
she's
she
a
wins.
spiritual
You know what?
author.
I want her, whether she's an Arthur or an author, to win. Let's just see where someone with. Let's just push the spiritual awakening people. Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening cast.
Hey,
What was your point, first with
I don't-
Marianne Williamson?
I don't
What was
remember.
conspiracy
Just
theory?
the fact that she is just the fact that she is just pushing this positivity and this positive energy.
Sorry,
And-
you're so jaded. You cannot deal with positivity. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Wow. Yeah, no, you're right.
Wow.
Jaded.
I don't
It's okay to be
remember
happy
where-
sometimes, guys. It's okay.
No, it's not.
Let yourself feel the warmth of my love.
Wow.
So we're hitting on conspiracy theories.
Welcome to the Racist Rico podcast.
The Racist Rico podcast.
I am not racist.
You're the righteous.
Oh, I thought you said racist.
Yes. RighteousRico.com.
Now we gotta buy that. God damn it.
So, two fine gentlemen that are with me. It's literally like wrangling a bunch of meth heads. It's really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like you guys
I
aren't
prefer
going
PCP.
anywhere. It's really hard to. It's really easy to find you because meth heads. Obviously, you're not going anywhere. But
Yeah, we stay put.
yeah, picking you up is the real difficult part.
Yeah.
Putting you where I want you to do, keeping you conscious, like that's the hard part. But
It requires restraints.
what do you guys have first? Shotgun, throw it out. Whoever says the first conspiracy theory goes. What do you got?
Rico, go.
Wow. I wasn't prepared for this.
Just-
But if you'll bear with me and wear your tinfoil hats today.
I can't wait.
I got mine on.
Tell me about the frogs. Tell me about the frogs.
I don't know about the frogs, so maybe you should go first now. What I'm alluding to with Firth's interruptions about frogs, I don't know what's going on here, but
Weird fetish.
Rhodes gets it.
it all stems back to a little place called Area 51. There was an incident that may or may not be a weather balloon, and the belief is that aliens crash landed onto our planet because, hey, we're one planet amongst who knows how many. We're in one galaxy out of the entire cosmos.
Yeah, quick decision
So
poll.
there's that.
By voice of opinion, who believes that the aliens are real?
Yes.
Yes. Are they here? I don't know. But are aliens real?
Yeah.
Sure. We're the only intelligent species.
Come on.
We're not even intelligent.
Stop.
So
Stop.
with that though,
Yeah.
so there may or may
No,
not be
exactly.
aliens on Earth, right, Rico? But what is there's a sub conspiracy category that drives off of Area 51.
Oh. Ooh. Does it have to do with furries? Because I could probably answer that.
No furries.
Hell yeah.
No, then I don't know then.
That's
You
a
tell me.
shout out to you, Bratley.
Bricka Brock Bradley.
No, there's a that sub one that drives off of Area 51.
The thing is, it's a popular belief that the aliens were removed from Area 51 well before the Kyles became aware and made a plan.
I hate
And they were
I
moved
hate
to
that
Area
term.
52.
I hate it. Go
And
ahead. Continue.
guess what? 2 out of our 3, both myself and Rhodes, we worked at Area 52.
So obviously, if there were
And-
there, we couldn't legally tell you. But
Definitely not. I could tell you one story though. So, I was in my barracks room. It's the middle of the night, right? Dead asleep. Probably had a few drinks,
Probably.
but
I
it
mean,
was like
socially.
yeah.
Not like
Yeah,
you drink
socially,
every night.
of course. No, not at all. That's irresponsible. Pay attention to my safety brief, not what I do. And
Hey, listen.
so,
I'm a command to fall out.
I-
Fall out around me. Fall out.
Oh,
God.
you calm the fuck down.
Hey, roger that.
so back to this
So
story.
you were in your barracks room.
So I'm in my barracks room. I'm asleep. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I wake up.
Yeah, I like
The
where
bed's
this is going.
rocking.
Yeah, I like where this is
The
going.
lights are flashing.
Yes.
This is going on for, it feels like anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, which can feel like a millennia sometimes. So, depending on the situation, I'll be. So,
I don't think you've told me
I'm-
this story before.
I've also
I am
never heard this.
like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've heard this, but you probably had about 2 or 3 Angry Orchards and you passed
Yeah,
out.
I was probably white girl drunk. You right.
You Johnny
You had
Appleseed pussy.
You had 6 or 7 White Claws. Yeah, White Claw, we're still on.
Oh yeah,
you.
no, we didn't forget about you, White Claw.
I don't know who you are, White Claw.
It doesn't matter. Hate him
But
anyway.
I know I don't like you.
They seem to dislike you,
2 years from now, we're gonna be like, and this podcast is sponsored by White Claw.
right?
Yeah, let me get all that White Claw money, though.
Yeah. No, I'm about it. We'll stop shitting on you if you sponsor us.
Yeah.
I'll drink a White Claw right now.
I like
Anyway,
the idea of us getting sponsors, of us just shitting on them. Hey, Microsoft, fuck Windows, right?
So you're getting space fucked in your bees.
yes. I mean, it was a very weird situation. I'm laying on my bed. Immediately, I pull up my phone and I'm like, is there a motherfucking earthquake going on right now? Nothing. No reports of anything. My whole room has been shaking from anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, lights flashing.
Okay.
How is no one else experiencing
And also
this?
at Dugway, so they don't test artillery.
No.
Don't test any of that. Nothing that you would
Nope.
hear like a normal big boom like you would at other bases. That stuff doesn't
Yes, we
happen.
were. The small area in which we lived was technically a no-fly zone, unless there was a
Landing of sorts.
helicopter
Yeah.
coming in. Yes, and that definitely wasn't the case, as I found out the next day. It was very questionable. So
See,
while I've been there, I cannot say that I've seen aliens.
so I can
but I've definitely experienced.
I can
something
go on
weird.
the other side of that because we were there for 3 years, and I never saw anything that would hint towards, sketchy alien type shit. I ran into a few people outside of post who were trying to see aliens. Like they're just standing out in the middle of the desert. So people, you have to understand, Dugway Proving Grounds is the size of Rhode Island. It's a level 5 biochemical testing facility in the middle of the Utah desert. So they need a lot of space. And there's only 2 ways to get to it by road, by legit road, which is a 70-mile desert highway and or 50-mile mountain pass. So there's only 2 ways to get to Dugway through one gate. There's only one entry. And so coming back from like town, I would just see cars parked on the side of the road and people get lost out there often. So you go, hey man, do you need help? Are you lost? Because if you get lost out of Dugway, you're going to be lost for a hot minute and you don't want someone getting accidentally shot because they didn't know where they were going. And they're like, no, we're trying to look for aliens. And we're like, yeah, because they're going to be out at 4 PM.
Jesus.
That's actually
Yeah,
the hot
that's
time
actually-
for aliens. If you go onto their grinder, you'll find out that's when
So,
they're coming by.
like,
True.
being at Dugway, we heard about this stuff all the time. Like our bar on post was called the Area 52 hangar.
Sponsored by Grinder.
I also
Why grind her if you can grind him?
I just want
Or her.
I just want some alien to just be like, interested in Area 51? I'm interested in Area 69.
Gee.
Right? And it's just giving like winky face. Right? That alien knows how to get it. Get it, alien.
I would wink at you, but I have no eyelids because I am a
So
different
like
species.
out at Dugway, we never saw anything. I for a short time, like I was looking into this stuff because it was like it popped up on Ancient Aliens or the Alien Hunter on History Channel. and they were talking about how this farmer was talking about how he was out looking for his cattle, and then all of a sudden, like a UFO went across his field of view, and a bunch of Humvees came across the desert chasing it, like a bunch of black Humvees. And immediately, I knew that was a lie because we don't have Humvees on Dugway.
Yeah.
We didn't have any.
Yeah.
We had that one sketchy-looking Hertz Humvee. That was it. But not like blacked-out tactical Humvees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Apparently, Rico's been places I haven't on post, I guess.
Hold on, because I'm sensing one person.
I'm very charming.
One person is drinking the government Kool-Aid, and the other one isn't. Huh? Which one's it gonna be? Did they have the Humvees? Didn't they have the Humvees? Huh?
On the next poll that may or may not exist, you can find out whether there are Humvees or not based on.
Well, also
local
on
opinion.
that, so there's another one. So Rob Lowe, right? We all know who Rob Lowe is. He had a show. So he had a show where he was going around like debunking myths, like is this place haunted? He went to Boise.
Wait,
yes,
really?
yes, he had a show where him and his sons, his two teenage sons, were going around the country to like haunted places. They went to Area 52. They were outside Dugway, so they went to Boise to the penitentiary there, the old one, to see if there were ghosts and shit. And then they had an episode where they went to Dugway Proving Grounds. And the thing is, being at Dugway, when we were watching this, we could notice the background of their camera shots and know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like filming it like, oh, we're right outside Dugway. Look at the helicopters. They're watching us. They know we're coming. And I'm like, no, you're 50 miles away right now.
You're inside the defect.
Yeah. No. No,
there was a defect.
but you can't even get on post. So you right now, being a part of the military Firth, you can't get on post.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You have to have a special Dugway card. So this guy's like, they're shooting this, and they're like pulling a trailer with ATVs because they were going to go like around the post, and they're like, "Oh, look at the Black Hawk." I'm like, "No, you're right outside the National Guard post. Like that's why there's a helicopter, and it's not following you. It's just this is Guard Week. This is literally when you're filming this."
Listen,
it's doing its training.
all I know is that show was canceled shortly after, and no one has heard from Rob Lowe since.
Then he comes down to the
Have you
gate.
seen Rob Lowe
He comes
lately?
down to the gate, and he parks his truck like at the visitor center. To get, Rob Lowe parks the truck that he was in at the visitor center, and they're filming him from the car. And he walks over to the visitor center, and he's like trying to open the door, but it was on a Friday because the whole post is shut down on a Friday. So he like tries to open the door, and then they played a fake alarm sound. And I know it was a fake alarm because they're like, "Oh, an alarm's going off," because we're like, they think we're trying to break in. And I know it was a fake alarm because I know what the alert alarm sounds like on Dugway because they play it every Wednesday.
It sounds like Billie Eilish's Bad Guy.
Oh, I was just going to say it sounds like Rob Lowe just saying into a microphone, "Alarm, alarm, alarm, alarm. This is an alarm."
Yes. And so like we're watching that whole thing, and me and my wife are just looking at each other like, they're full of shit. And then they camped outside like where we do our bonfires, Rico. Like they went up on top of that hill at night and like had a little fire with their RV and like a UFO specialist, and they were looking onto English Village to see if they could see anything. And they're like, "Oh, we see lights." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a house."
Yeah. They probably saw me pissing in my
English
backyard.
Village was the housing section. So they're like, "We see lights," and we're like, "Yeah, that's where people live." They weren't even anywhere close to West Desert where the actual testing happened.
Just Rob Lowe just being like, "I see an alien." It's just
Rico pissing in the tree.
Rico just being like, "I'm a Puerto Rican. Leave me alone."
When people flew here.
That's really offensive, Rob
I'm
Lowe.
literally the 51st state.
What I would have
I'm fine.
what I would have loved is if so in the summer we did bonfires outside of Post all the time, and you could see us from Post. What I would have loved is if he did that weekend on a weekend when we were out doing our bonfire, and he like comes over like, oh, like, are you guys here for aliens too? We're like, no, we work there.
Yeah. We are the aliens.
Brains.
One of us. One of us.
Honestly, I'd get drunk with Rob Lowe. Fuck it.
Rob Lowe, you are the apex of your species. We have come for you. Welcome.
Yes. I laughed my ass off in Tommy Boy when he pissed on the electrical fence and got thrown the fuck back. I laughed my ass off. I love Rob Lowe for that moment.
For your information, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Dugway Proving Ground, Utah is known as Area 52. There are rumors and speculation that aliens have been moved there because obviously Area 51 is too well known now. Yeah, right?
Nothing confirmed.
I literally forgot we were talking to other people and not
just to us.
Yeah, this is the way it works best when we talk to each other and occasionally address our many adoring fans.
That's funny as hell.
First, what do you have?
Yes.
What is?
Oh, JFK.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. John F. Kennedy.
No, just so randomly, just like nonchalant. JFK.
Yes.
I hear he made the best peanut butter sandwiches. Is that accurate? Go or no?
He ate it out of Marilyn Monroe's ass.
which, in my personal opinion, is the only way a PBJ should be eaten.
Allegedly.
Yeah. If you're eating PB&J any other way,
You're wrong.
you fucked up.
Yeah.
All right? Jack knew it, and Bobby knew it. All right?
Marilyn definitely knew it.
Definitely knew it. And, what was the Yankee?
She was a nice
What was the
lady.
Yankee? No, hold on. No, Marilyn Monroe was dating Joe DiMaggio.
Yes.
That's right.
Which, imagine how Joe DiMaggio felt. Like, if once he like found out or it started coming out, he's like, wow, I must be shit if she's cheating on me with JFK.
Also, Joe DiMaggio.
Sorry, you can hit a ball.
Joe DiMaggio was also slamming everybody else.
Yeah, you have a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, JFK was a good-looking dude, and he was the president, but you're Joe DiMaggio.
It was a different time, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot look at this with today's
Joe
eyes.
DiMaggio.
It was a different
Joe
time.
DiMaggio has the longest hit streak.
Oh, I like how you paused that one.
Hey, how you doing?
hey, look at my back.
Hey, Joe DiMaggio, you're doing it well. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, my name's Joe. I got a big dick.
Hey, right?
Louisville Slugger. I barely know
Hey,
her.
how you doing? Hey, he's from Puerto Rico. How you
We're
doing?
gonna get a letter from like Italians, like United.
And what's he gonna say? Hey, how you doing? Don't make fun of us. How you doing? Stop it. Knock it off. How you doing? From New Jersey.
Hey, God bless.
Oh. Hold on. We're gonna turn it up a notch. Are you ready to turn it up a notch? Are you ready?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna call you Fredo, okay? Because apparently
Oh, hell
certain
no.
CNN analysts don't like it when you call them Fredo. Do you not know this?
I know it was
Do you
you.
not know this?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen the movie, so I don't know the reference. But I heard that President Trump called someone Fredo. Yes.
No. So apparently, Fredo in the Godfather movies, he's like the dumb youngest brother of the family,
Yes.
right? And so a couple of weeks ago, some just random dude, like filming on his dumbass phone, approached, I think it's Chris Cuomo, the dude on CNN in primetime, and was like, "Hey, you're Fredo," and he's like, "You can't say that. That's our word. That's like saying the N word."
Fredo? It's
Yeah,
a name.
Yes. No.
The name of a
So
character.
that was this dude's response. He's like, "You can't call me that. That's like saying the N word." This dude just called him Fredo. He's the retarded younger brother. That's it.
Now you're saying that whenever I go to order Italian food, I can't order chicken Alfredo. I got to order chicken Al.
No, now you gotta order chicken. Like, I don't know what's the dude's what's the dude's name now? I completely forgot his name. The dude from CNN.
Chicken Chris Cuomo.
Fuck yeah!
So Firth.
Yeah. I don't even. How did we get here?
So Firth.
Yeah, for JFK.
Yeah. How did
Aliens.
JFK die?
JFK got shot by a bunch of people.
I don't think you should be laughing during that.
Yo, and Chris Cuomo was one of them. Fool.
Like laughing as you say that. You're laughing as you say JFK got killed by a bunch of people. So be like, so 9/11 was an inside job.
Hey, I remember that.
Yeah, that's too
come
soon.
on, man.
Too soon.
I was-
Almost
What
19
happened?
years.
Both Rico and I are just like, yo, come on, man. Come on, cool.
Hey, see, so that's one thing that hits harder with the Northeasterners. The Northwesterners are like, I know a
You're
cousin that
running-
lives there.
Oh, are you kidding me? I was out in Phoenix and I was like, hey, you remember 9/11? And they were just like, nah. And I was like, really?
It got
That was a
coverage back. It got coverage back west, but like, it didn't resonate
Not
with
like-
us. We've never seen it. We weren't there. We don't know anyone that's there. Like, you had a friend that had a friend whose parent was like working in New York at the time. We didn't have a personal connection. Like, I'm sure you've actually seen the trade centers.
Yes.
Or you knew someone that
saw-
worked in
For
the
both of
area
us, yeah.
or lived in the area.
Yes. I was at the site before it happened, and then I went to the site. So it happened in September. I think I was there in January
For what?
at Ground Zero. Just I was
He was scoping
Yeah.
it out.
You've heard it here first, folks.
round 2, motherfucker.
Round 3, I
Yeah,
guess.
So my sister was going to NYU at the time. And so we were just at Christmas time, we went to go visit her in New York City, and we were like, hey, we should probably go see this. Just for like a fascination standpoint, I guess.
Oh, just to go
We just,
see
like,
the
went up to
standing Twin Towers?
We just went. Yep. No. This was
That sounds
no.
awfully conspicuous. We should go see them before they're gone.
this was after it happened.
Oh, so you
It
went
happened in
after. Okay, I thought you said
September.
that you were there
Yeah.
before.
Oh, okay.
No. I was.
This
I
makes
was
a lot
there
more
before.
sense.
I
Oh.
was there in middle school. I've been there plenty of times in New York before
Oh, okay.
September 11th, 2001. What I'm saying
I was
is
there
I-
on September 11th. But
I'm saying I went to Ground Zero
parachutes are
in, like,
tricky.
January. Yeah, exactly. You get caught up. I
Oh, no.
was saying I went to Ground Zero in like January of 2002. And like you stand at the fence and you just look at it and you're like, fuck. That's a
Well, yeah, I'm sure they had like a couple blots blocked off at that point.
yes. And I mean, and just oof.
So do
It's
we
insane.
want to tackle
It was
this real quick?
insane.
We want to
No.
tackle this real fast?
Man, no, I don't know, man.
I feel like this is a
Like-
quick one.
The conspiracy theories around 9/11 are unbelievably stupid.
Yeah, that's
They're
why I feel
so
like
stupid.
it's a simple one to cover.
Okay, go ahead and say one. Just say it as a sentence.
Okay.
Go for it.
9/11 was an inside job.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, boom.
Okay, I got one. Jesse the Snake Roberts says it was
Wait.
thermite.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Are you thinking of Jake the Snake Roberts? Hold on.
Yeah, dude.
Or Jesse the Body Ventura?
Both of them, they
Oh,
both said it was
they're two
thermite.
different people, you dumb fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember Jake the Snake Roberts from born 1955 in Henderson, Nevada. The books he wrote, Sex Edition, Get on the Road to Recovery and Learn How to Live and Love Life Again. I remembered everything else but his first name,
Fucking hell.
but it's thermite.
So we've covered that.
First of all, Jake the Snake Roberts has lived a very successful wrestling career and a very unsuccessful
Uh-huh.
personal life. And he's gotten much better. God bless you, Jake the Snake. Keep doing you. And
But what
Oh
about
my
Jesse the
God.
Snake?
but the Body Ventura. Oh, he is an insane person. He is an insane person.
So
And he was a
9/11.
golfer.
So
Yes,
so
okay.
9/11,
9/11.
Wow, way to
didn't
bring
happen,
it down,
right? Oh, I'm sorry
Oh,
that I'm trying
yes.
to maintain the topic that we wanted to discuss.
So some of the things are with that is that the steel
Yes.
beams, the load-bearing beams, wouldn't have been able to burn at the temperature that jet
That's
fuel would have
what they say.
produced. So it would have had to be something pre-set up, like thermite, according to Jake the
Stop!
Snake Roberts.
Do not put that on
his-
Jake the Snake Roberts.
He's been the biggest proponent for saying
no.
that. He's the most
Jesse
vocal
Ventura
one.
was saying that. Jake the Snake isn't innocent. Jesse Ventura is saying
It's
that.
not Jake
No!
Roberts.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, no.
I thought they were the same dude.
No, it's
dude.
Jesse Ventura.
Thank you.
You know what? That's why his pictures look the same. So, all right, Jesse Ventura. Yep, that's that
Yes.
ugly motherfucker right there.
Also, Jesse Ventura, was elected to be governor of Minnesota.
Sorry, Jake the Snake.
Who's already- no, he's also a recovering drug addict, and he didn't even say this shit. The elected governor of Minnesota said this shit. Hey, Minnesota,
Thermite.
fucking figure it out, whore.
Let's be honest. Like the other 49
I hope they
states,
figured it out by now. It's been a while.
nah, you all need to fucking figure it out.
Yo, fucking figure it out, fucking Vikings fans.
Yeah, no, fuck you guys. On the behalf of the Green Bay Packers, you suck.
And you gave the one dude from the Redskins the guaranteed contract. That was dumb. That was dumb.
So
Figure it out.
You were super excited to talk about your actual topic.
Oh, JFK?
We immediately went to 9/11. Yeah, JFK got shot. Sorry, there was like what 12 dudes, maybe.
I'm
I've seen a
telling
bunch
you,
of movies.
and I am not. Listen, this is not just going to be like me rambling on about the grassy knoll and stuff like that. But are you telling me how many of you listening to this right now think there was one person? How many of you think there was one person?
Nope.
From the two of you who have a microphone right now, do either of you think there was one person who shot that man?
What if he was the greatest shot in the world?
It is impossible.
Why is it impossible?
Because
Tell
the
me why it's
direction
impossible.
of this man's head upon reaction to a bullet entering it is impossible.
Was he like looking around and
No.
it was a parade?
Yes,
and
he was in a parade. He was also
Yeah.
looking straight, and his head reacted to the way that a bullet would.
Yeah, we know he was straight. He was banging Marilyn Monroe and Jackie O. That's not the
Hey-o.
question. That's
Hey, how
not-
you doing? Hey, I'm from Massachusetts. Hey, my family.
And I'm from Minnesota, where we believe in thermite.
Oh shit! It's the Kennedys versus Ventura. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, my money's on the Kennedys, to be
right
honest.
there. Oh shit! He buried him in money. He won.
So,
I don't know.
Firth, what are the initial, like, name just down the line, like 1 through 5, the top conspiracy theories concerning JFK?
So I guess the number one thing is that like literally the U.S. government killed him.
Yeah, like the CIA
Yes,
did, right?
Some of the or some of the ideas that the U.S. Army or the U.S. military did.
So just someone in the army, or like the military decided to
Oh.
do it?
The military decided to because
So like the Department of Defense.
yes, because they were pushing so hard when it came to
Vietnam.
no. The not the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Yo, we
Wait,
got."
did I just sound like an idiot saying Vietnam with JFK? That wasn't right?
No. So JFK, I believe, was in office as Vietnam started. So that's
Was it, or was that Nixon?
Nixon was in office when it ended.
So it was JFK, then Lyndon Johnson,
JFK.
then Nixon.
LBJ, correct.
Okay, so continue.
Yes. So the idea was like during the Cuban Missile Crisis, the military was like, "We got to send people in. We got to send people in," and he was so resistant to sending people in because of the embarrassment of the Bay of Pigs in Cuba,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I guess it was the fact that he kind of showed them up that the idea is that the military was like, he's not a military, president. We can do better. LBJ will, he'll be more on our side.
Oh,
So
100%.
that's what,
The fact that LBJ was JFK's running mate was
yes.
super weird.
Yes, they are very opposite from one another.
Yes.
You could almost say it is very much like Obama and Biden. But what do I know about that? We're not
Ex-President
going to talk
Obama.
about that right now. Former, not
Yeah,
ex,
yeah, not ex.
former. Yeah,
We didn't
he's-
divorce
he
him.
didn't
Than you.
he didn't get fired from it. He did his job for 8 years and then left.
He didn't leave. He
Yeah.
resided.
And then
Hey, Michelle, fuck this.
and then
We
he
out.
gave, yeah, and then Biden was like, "Hey, I can do this," and everyone else went, "No, thank you." But that's just me.
But so one shooter or more shooter?
Oh, more than one shooter, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. So Oswald or not?
Man, I haven't decided. And honestly, Jesus, now I'm gonna sound like some conspiracy theorist. I
Yeah,
think
you heard the right
Oswald
episode then.
Yep.
right? I think Oswald took a shot. I think he might have hit him, but I also think another person did too.
Well,
When you
wasn't
look
there
at
several entry wounds and exit wounds?
yes, and there was also shots on. I think it was so he was shot in Dallas. So I think it was. I don't think it was the governor of Texas. It might have been the mayor of Dallas who was riding in the car with him. I have to double
No,
check.
his
that.
wife was with him.
No, I know that too. I know that.
No one
She
else was in
crawled
the
out
car
back.
but Secret Service.
No. The I think the passenger in the car was either the mayor or the governor. It was either the mayor of Dallas or the governor of Texas, or it was like some House of Representative. If y'all want to look it up, I'm not going to look it up.
Oh, you're right. Governor John Canale and
That's it.
Nellie
So I
Canale
think-
with President Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he was shot in his shoulder.
John Canale, the governor.
The governor was shot.
I mean, are you waiting for me to fact check this because I can only type
No,
so
no.
fucking fast?
No. I'm saying I know that the governor. So if it was the governor of Texas, I know he was shot. And so the whole idea is like the way he was shot and the way Kennedy was shot, it just doesn't add up. No, there was not just one shooter. I'm sorry, and it's stupid.
How
to say,
many
and everyone's
shooters
like,
and where were they?
So right here on a quote from Governor Canale, it says that he heard 3 shots.
Mm-hmm. Could it not have been ricochet sounds from, or not even ricochet sounds, just poor?
So the word is
Acoustics.
never that he.
No.
The word is never that JFK got like that. Oswald never shot more than once because he would have. It was just the fact that he had so many entry and exit wounds that they developed the magic bullet theory that it literally did like a 180 in the air and came back.
Yes. Like, so this is
What did he get shot with?
This is going to be super gruesome.
It was
This
like
is-
a
I don't
fucking
know- I
hunting
don't know
rifle
the
back
caliber.
then.
No, what was the round though?
It was a single. I don't know. I know it was a single. It was a bolt action rifle.
It
From,
was a 6.5 by 5.2 millimeter out of a model 9138 infantry rifle.
I mean, obviously, it didn't fucking this.
So it was like an old M1 esque
Yes.
6.5. So that's like a little closer than the 7.62, I guess. A little smaller.
So, and this is gonna get a little gruesome, and I don't mean it to be, but just in terms of my argument is if you watch in slow motion President Kennedy getting shot, this is gonna be it's gruesome. I'm gonna describe
Sounds
it.
You're gonna tell
His
us when you
face-
were most aroused.
His face comes off. His face comes off his
Yep.
head.
It's like face off.
It comes off. His skin is just completely removed from it. And so if you're going to tell me that it's Ricochet act, no. Nope.
So what is your main debunk of the conspiracy theory? Or are you agreeing with the conspiracy theory? Because we were kind of just presenting Doug Way, right?
Yes.
I have another one that I'm pretty
Yes.
much just going to debunk altogether.
I can't
9/11
wait.
was kind of a debunk. Yeah, no. So what are you saying about the JFK assassination? That obviously
did we
it
really
happened.
debunk it?
First of all, hold
I
on.
don't think we really
Hold on.
debunked
First of all,
9/11.
I mean, we didn't debunk
9/11
it
happened.
with.
9/11
Yeah, we didn't
happened.
debunk it with like
There's-
facts. We didn't say, oh, it happened or it didn't happen or whatever. We're just basically saying we don't believe
No.
that it was a setup.
We made fun of Sergeant Slaughter for like 3 seconds, and
That's too easy.
Yeah.
it
9/11
really
happened.
9/11
Yeah,
could have
9/11
been
did happen. We
did
just,
happen,
Yes.
and we don't know the facts
It-
to it. It could have been something way
No.
more than just a fucking plane. Hell, look at the Pentagon. There was no wreckage fucking found to the shit that hit there. But that's a different conspiracy theory altogether.
Yeah, we're gonna have to argue about that.
Oof.
9/11 happened the way.
hey,
it happened.
September 11th is like
That's-
what, 3 weeks from now? Let's do the episode. Fuck it.
All right,
Yeah.
cancel this one.
Man. No, I don't know.
So what are you
I
saying
don't know,
about
man.
JFK?
9/11.
Like it did happen, or I mean, obviously
Oh,
it
there-
happened.
there's-
He died.
What it
But
Did he?
yes,
who
he
did
Or
it?
is he up?
right?
Is he like somewhere at Area 51 or 2, playing spades with Tupac, Biggie, and Elvis?
Yeah, because Tupac and Biggie finally solved their problems,
They
and they're
did.
just playing
Right.
spades now.
Yes, because that's how you come
Oh.
together.
Come together.
Right. Yeah.
Right now, over Marilyn
Don't go
Monroe.
Don't go over 15 seconds. We can't pay
No,
for
no,
that.
no. If we play it, we can sing it all day.
Oh, hua. Okay. So my
You're right, Hua.
what's his Oswald was not the only shooter on JFK.
Okay.
100%. 100%. And everybody who's like, "Oh, well, you're no, he wasn't." Do I know who did it? Was it the CIA? Was it the FBI? Was it the Italian families who might have had a
Hey,
disagreement?
why they gotta be Italian?
Because I'm not putting a name to them because I like living.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna find this podcast and be like, they figured it out.
Yeah, right. Hey, Mafia, you did it. Hey,
Hey, this fruit guy, he finally got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
right?
Jersey.
you also are aware like Frank Sinatra went to bat for JFK to get him voted and to get the unions to vote for JFK in Chicago.
So JFK was
there's
the first
insane-
Catholic president. Is that correct?
Yes,
I feel like
Yes.
he was.
and he was the
And there
youngest.
has not
yes.
been, and he was the youngest. The majority
Yes,
have
I
been
think-
Christian,
I think President Obama was younger than him when President Obama was
but
elected.
he wasn't Catholic.
I think
No, Obama wasn't younger. I think JFK was the youngest overall. Yeah, I
Was he?
believe so.
Okay, but I'm positive. Kennedy was Catholic because that was everybody's problem. They're like, "Oh, we're electing a Catholic president.
Yeah.
The Pope's basically president," and everybody with a brain cell.
Yeah,
in their head
JFK
went,
was the youngest
No.
president at 43.
If I can
How old was
if I can
old
pineapple
was
for a
Obama?
second, we all know JFK for getting shot in the motherfucking dome, but what did he
Classic.
really do? Because you never hear about the things he actually did more so than being shot in the head.
So what
Go.
did he actually do?
Sure. So,
Yes, what were his
what-
biggest?
what
What
I'm
made
not
him
the
such an
SME on
amazing
this.
president?
The poli
other than
sci
being shot in the
minor
head?
over here would be the best.
So Kennedy was he led that first step into the Cold
Mm-hmm.
War. So he fucked things up so hard in the beginning.
Which could have led to being shot.
He was also starting the charge for what was it? The Civil
Okay.
Rights Act.
That I'm semi-aware of.
Correct.
Yeah.
correct. But
So that was finished by LBJ, but he started it, and then LBJ was like, you know what, this is gonna look great for me. So LBJ continued it.
Kennedy also, again, it was the beginning of the Cold War, so he fucked things up with the
Mhm.
Bay of Pigs, which was the invasion of Cuba. And then he really solidified the American space race. Is saying Americans are going to go to space. We're going to force this, big jump in studying math and studying science, and we're going to get a person in the moon. But the Russians beat us into space, and they with a man in space, and then they beat us with a satellite in space. But then we beat them with a person to the moon. So he really insisted on I don't think he was that good. He's a Democrat, so he's not that good. But he really did a great job of saying Americans are the best. Stop acting like you deserve. So I love that saying is don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And that's something that in 2019, we can 100%
Very positive.
think
Still
about.
resonates.
So he really gave a sense of self-accomplishment. And he really insists. He thought that America and Americans were the
Which
best
is
people in the best
honestly
country on
where
the
we're
planet.
not at in these days. People are just want to be satisfied and
Yes.
placated, and it's not about what you're doing, it's how you can validate me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's literally it's the opposite now, and that's unfortunate because you had a Democratic president saying, "Ask not what you can do for your or what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And now in 2019, you've got every Democratic presidential nominee going, "Ask what
Which
your
is sad.
country can
That's
do
very
for
sad.
you," and it's so sad. And that's what I'm saying is I don't agree with everything that Kennedy did. He still developed a larger, government centric, and that's not what I'm about. Especially, and LBJ was garbage. He was garbage. LBJ can suck a fat cock.
Yeah, no, it's
I
there to
hope
stay.
that stays in the podcast.
The reason we're
That's in
removing
the
that.
opening
great,
now.
Oh
good.
no, we're gonna
I don't give a
upset
shit about it.
LBJ.
He did.
Stop.
And you know what?
Yeah,
He was actually
right?
quite
We're
proud
gonna really
of
we're gonna
his gigantic penis, apparently. So I'm pretty sure he'd be okay with you doing that.
Yeah, great. That's where he got his name from.
Well, that's what that stands for. Not Lyndon B. Johnson.
No. So Kennedy was. I don't like to give the Democrats anything, but Kennedy was okay, and especially when you read about the things like between him and Nixon, and just Kennedy mopping the floor with Nixon.
Because Nixon
because it
was
the first
garbage.
televised interview. Oh, it was fascinating. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And he was.
I mean,
just
there's a whole
full of
other
sweat
thing
and just like, oh my
on
God.
Nixon and the war on drugs and everything else that I will go into at a later fucking date. Nixon and his entire cabinet, they were just terrible fucking people.
But Nixon, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to defend him because Nixon actually did really, really great things as president. He did really, really good things with the whole opening trade to China. He obviously he ended the war. He gave. I think he was, strangely enough, I think he was anti-Semitic, yet he gave a bunch of, but what I'm saying is he gave a bunch of prominent Jewish people jobs. It's insane. He's an insane person.
That said, speaking of insanity, so myself and Firth have gone over our conspiracy theories, and we've even led into other ones that we didn't think we would talk about tonight. Rhodes, what do you have for us?
I can't.
Bear with me.
Do it. I can't. I'm gonna just start heavily
So I
drinking
have
right
probably
now,
the most
and I'll
fun
stop
one
when you're done.
because aliens are discussed, right? Like a lot of people can generally and intellectually agree with there has to be something out there, right? We can't disprove it, and like it would be ignorant to say that it's not. The JFK thing, that's kind of like some hashtag Illuminati shit. Same thing with the 9/11 thing, which was unintentional bring up, but it came up. My fun one is that there's a lot of caveats and devil's advocate with this in logic sense. So hang on, ladies and gentlemen, because you may fall off the edge. We're going to talk about flat Earth. So flat Earth. The general theory is, and there's very many different theories of flat Earth. Through mythology, it was believed that Earth was on the back of a gigantic sea tortoise that's going through the ocean that is the space, and traveling everywhere, and that was where it was. And then it developed into theories pertaining that we're under a dome, or we're actually just a disc, like a frisbee floating through space. The most common modern theory is the fact that flat Earth is just a disc and then a dome over the top of it. And if I believe correct, and also as a little tiny disclaimer, I tried to know as much about this as I can. I've watched a lot of documentaries and I've read a lot of stuff about this topic. But if I am incorrect, correct me. I like to be corrected if you are correct, right? If you feel like you have the right thing, send it my way. Let me know the correct information. That is about this falsity, and I will call it a falsity because I personally don't believe in flat Earth, but I want to hit this because it has a lot of counter arguments.
Have you seen the Earth in its entirety?
See,
how
and
do you know
that's
it's
one of
not
the counter
flat?
arguments, right? And it's kind of like, just as a comparison, it's kind of one of those arguments like religion, right? Like you can't prove it, therefore you can't disprove it. And flat Earth is kind of the same thing. Like, you can't prove it unless you've actually gone out into space and you've seen it, right? And even then, like, maybe you're not seeing an actual round Earth. Maybe you're just seeing like a concave Earth, like those little disc things we would play with when we were kids that we'd bend over, put on the table, and it would flip back up. Maybe it's something like that.
Maybe it's cold out in space and Earth is having a very
we're not
flat
supposed
day.
to judge Earth. It was cold outside. So
Wow. I was in a pool.
I love it.
I was in a pool.
I didn't want to lie to you, Jerry, but not all of us have that problem.
What's this, episode 3, right?
Is it?
Is this the third episode that we've referenced
It's
Seinfeld
always-
in now?
Hey, Jake Lloyd.
Damn.
Don't think we forgot about you.
I'm coming for you too, Jake Lloyd. All right, you piece of shit.
No one forgot
Yeah,
about Jake
no,
Lloyd.
I didn't. All right, I saw it.
But
I saw your
So with
mugshot,
Flat
you
Earth,
garbage person.
the mainstream idea is that it is a dome,
Oh, right.
or it is like
Flat
a
Earth.
flat disc with a dome over the top of it, and the domes have like
Mhm.
the sun and the moon inside of that, and then the stars outside
I
of
hate
the dome, right?
True.
So
I hate-
Riding on the back of a
Wait, I hate
celestial
you.
turtle
Tortuga.
named Tortuga.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt you for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to let you go right back into it. For anyone that has seen the movie Detective Pikachu, and you've seen the middle of it when they all ride on the back of that turtle Pokemon, that's what this sounds like.
That
That's the
that is
insanity of
it.
it.
So
Please proceed, Rhodes. Jesus Christ, you have to let me interject at some point.
you can
because
interject. That's fine. That's
Every
the point
time
of
you
this.
describe this, it gets me so upset. You're stupid.
Why?
For believing
You
in
haven't
this.
seen it. You've always been on the Earth's surface. You don't know that we're on a top
I
of a
hate you.
shell.
I hate you. I hate you. Oh boy.
Hit me with a fact.
So you know what?
Great.
You know what? First, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with some facts. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with some counter arguments. We'll let
Great.
you. Okay, just go with like a
Great.
yes or no. Just kind of hit it there.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure, that's
so
what you're saying.
the horizon is not curved, right? So the spirit level never lies, according to some prominent flat earther and rapper B.O.B. apparently regularly cites the horizon's flatness as the main piece of evidence to plant doubt into the minds of the spherical planet sheeple people is their term, right?
Man.
So the cities in the background are approximately 16 miles apart. Where's the curve? And this is like in reference to looking at a photograph, right?
Yep.
So looking at a photograph or looking down a camera, you should see the curve. It seems to forget that the Earth has an average diameter of 12,742 kilometers, which is 7.9 mile or 7,900 miles. In other words, it's a very, very big fucking planet, right?
Yes, the planet is large.
Yes.
Great. Glad we agree.
So, like, they've used this theory with like looking at basketball and then a camera on it, and like the camera,
Rico, I hate
even though
What?
like it's really close to the basketball, it will show curved.
I hate you so much, you son of a bitch. Rose, please continue. I'm sorry.
So they defend this with like a basketball and looking at it, and it curves. What do you say about that? Right.
I'm crying.
So in theory, you should be able to discern.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's fucking what the son of a bitch just did.
All I see are turtles and then the fucking Nickelback one.
Yes, and it's just continuously looping.
I'm crying on my mic.
So they're saying that you can see the curve of the Earth. You should be able
Earth's
to see it
not
from
flat.
one point to another if it curves. So I shouldn't just stop. Yeah. And also, nobody has crossed the wall of Antarctica. So within this theory, they believe that Antarctica isn't just at the bottom of the globe, because it's not a globe. They believe that it actually encompasses the outskirts of the entire disk that is Earth, creating like a Game of Thrones-esque type wall, keeping everything in, right? Because there's the theory of like, if it was just a disk, the water would run off the edge and we wouldn't have any water. So that's maintained in by a giant ice wall. And that is a largely held belief. However, people have crossed Antarctica many, many times. There's even the southern pole of inaccessibility, which is the furthest inland part of Antarctica, although it's the exact location. It's always up for debate. A tiny abandoned Soviet research center is there, and a bust of like old Vladimir Lenin, I guess. And it's incredibly hard feat to cross the Antarctic unaided. So there is a point you can't get past. So they say that is the wall that they can't get past.
May I? May I jump in
this
now?
This isn't all of my facts, but you can continue. Or do you want me to throw them all out?
I mean,
Please.
so
please don't.
let me. I don't mean to spoil it, but I'm gonna have the same response from this point until all your facts are laid out. All right. So if you want, I can just spoil it for you and just call anybody who's like, "Yo, the Earth's fucking flat." Hey, you're fucking retarded. You're retarded.
So you say that
Why? How do you know that they're
right?
retarded?
But what if I was to tell you that all space images are photoshopped, huh?
See, this is
What
what
if
I
they're
hate.
all photoshopped?
This is what I hate. This is what I hate.
How
Because
how does the flag on the moon wave when there's no air?
this is it. Because you both get like this serious voice to you, and you're like, wait a minute. Wait, how do you know? Have you been to space? Have you planted the flag on the moon?
Yeah, your ass looks
No?
out of this world in those pants, but you haven't been to space.
Right? Right? It looks out of this world. No, I can't wait. I literally can't wait. Nope, hold on. I'm gonna take a strong drink of alcohol before I listen to this.
Or are you drinking white wine like a basic bitch again?
Yeah, I'm drinking white wine like a basic bitch again.
God damn it. So there's the zetetic method, and I'm probably pronouncing it right. I don't give a shit. It's a fundamental cornerstone of the flat earther mindset. In contrast to the usual scientific method, this belief system says that your senses rule supreme. All knowledge about reality should be reached directly through your own personal observation. Building a theory, then testing whether it's true or false. As per the zetetic method, our personal experience on Earth tells us what it feels and looks flat. Ergo, it's flat. So the zetetic method basically says that your senses tell you that it's flat because obviously we walk on flat ground. We don't walk on curved earth all the time, right? Because we're not 9 million miles tall. I mean, yes, but you mean like we're not walking on a curve every step. Like we don't feel the curve. It
Of
feels
course,
flat.
if the Earth is curved, then we're walking on curved
The
Earth.
zetetic method, it tells us that it's flat, so hence it is flat. What do you feel, Firth?
That's dumb as fuck. So you're telling me so that theory is saying that if you don't experience it for yourself, it doesn't exist? Is that correct? That's what it sounded like to me. Oh, you can't see it from space yourself, so how do you know?
I didn't say it made sense. I just said it was a thing.
Oh shit!
That was as clear as saying the Zetetic theory
But remember
whatever
remember
the
we were
fuck.
talking about the other day is he was saying like they did that laser shoot, and they were like, oh, you put up like 5,000 meters away, you're gonna shoot a laser at the target, and then 5,000 meters after that, there's gonna be another laser, and then like they shoot the laser, and the laser hits the first target, but it's not even on the second one, right? Guess what?
Yes, it's supposed to go through a hole in the
Laser.
first target
Yes.
and hit the second target. If it's flat, it will go through the hole. If it's curved, obviously it won't at all because that's how curves work.
That's how the world exists. And yet,
Yeah.
they couldn't understand why it wasn't hitting the second target. And they'd be like, oh, the laser must be off. Like, no, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
So, yeah.
I feel like you're speaking against your own Zetetic theory then, because it's such a small space that it should have gone straight through. Because according to the zygote theory, it would have taken many more miles
That's
for
not what
the
zetetic
zebras
method is at all. It's
to
just that you feel that it's
exsanguinate
flat.
on my
Isn't the zygote a stage of
xylophone.
birth?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
I'm a man.
examinate, so we're bleeding zebras.
Yeah, they deserve it. They had it coming.
Strike, bitch.
Right? You asked for it.
Another one, sun rays, right? So some flat earthers argue that crepuscular rays, the sun rays. So the
What?
sun rays that are coming through, yes. So the sun rays that are coming through the cloud and look all heavenly, right? That's called a crepuscular ray. They prove that the sun isn't actually that distant. If the sun really was 149.6 million kilometers away, they argue that the sunbeams should fall parallel onto the Earth, not fan out at a jaunty angle. So there's that. Hold on. There is that. And then very last thing, and I want to get into so more. There's so much into this. And I'm going to call out one person after this.
Yo, I'm just going to call out one person here.
And then, so actually, fuck it.
Do it.
So Mike Sargent is the leader of.
Sounds like a made-up name.
It probably fucking is. He's probably a fucking cyborg. I don't fucking know. Let's put a conspiracy theory into a conspiracy theory. So you hear Firth audibly angry, right? This is time for Rhodes rants. Okay. This is a Rhodes rant. I obviously tried to stay somewhat calm and somewhat composed as I read off these facts, but even more as I read it, I wanted to just bash myself over the head with the 4 Angry Orchard bottles I have next to me.
You delivered it so convincingly, though.
Thank you.
You did.
By the way, if you at the beginning were listening to me and you're going, okay, flat Earth, that's not a thing. And then as I was going through and you're like, oh, this makes sense. This is good. You're an idiot. You have a trash brain. So people were dropped as a child. I may or may not have dropped my children. It happened. Your parents threw you at brick walls. They didn't love you, and neither does the world. Flat Earth is not a thing. It's fucking around. We all fucking know it. And Mike Sargent, I missed his name at the beginning. Mike Sargent is the torch bearer of shit. He is the turd wizard of Flat Earth. And
wow.
I've watched several different interviews and documentaries, and the man seems like a somewhat intelligent person. He can deliver himself in a very intellectual way. He has a good posture and speech about him, and I appreciate that. But the facts that he is going with they're just dumb. It doesn't make any logical sense. And also, I'm coming from a devil's advocate viewpoint that you can't 100% know. I've never been to space. I've, never seen the Earth. I don't know. I'm just falling off of what science tells me. And if science is lying to me, then I'm going off the wrong information. I understand that whole conspiracy circle that people ride in.
Rhodes?
Yes,
Rhodes, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you an intelligent human being?
I'm intelligent enough to know that the Earth's not fucking flat.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end of the conversation right there.
Yeah.
That's it. Are you intelligent? Yes. The Earth is not flat.
But neither of you, including myself, have ever seen the planet outside the
But there
confines
has
of our
yet to
feet
be a
touching the
single
ground.
astronaut that comes back and goes, "Fuck, that's flat as shit."
You also are aware
Who knows if
they
they
have
even went out
cameras
there, though?
on the International Space Station.
Oh, they have
Oh,
cameras.
you're right. You're right. NBC
Wow.
has cameras too. And guess what? Cartoons aren't real.
Oh,
You know what? No.
you're right.
You know what? No.
You just proved my point.
Rico,
Thank you.
fuck
Cartoons
Rico.
aren't real.
Fuck you. We all know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
you
Do
fuck.
you? I'm just saying. What? None of us have seen the planet from the outside of our feet being on the ground to being in a plane. And when you're in a plane, guess what? That motherfucker looks flat as fuck, does it not?
That's because
Are you
it's
seeing
so
curvature?
big you can't see curvature.
It's a planet.
Yes,
It
the
is a
Zenith
planet.
series.
The Zenith theory.
Stop putting.
Yes, the Xeno
You're just
Warrior
putting
Princess
D in front of words.
theory.
That's all you're doing right now. You're putting like the computer has calculated that the
the Xerxes of
nailed it.
300
100%.
theory says
100%.
So the point
Welcome-
is that
Welcome to the Full Shit
Oh,
podcast.
and there's so many people that believe in the flat Earth. It's a celebrity, just normal everyday people.
Jesus.
Oh God, I apologize, people. I'm looking at gifts that Rico's sitting at the same time, and I don't.
Did the same thing.
I'm
my
trying to send you pictures of planets, all right? They're made up.
Oh God, she's got like 14 shins.
All planets are made differently, but they're all flat.
So they have so many people that follow
I've never been this
Flat Earth. In 2018, Netflix released a documentary Behind the Curve. I recommend that you watch it. It was I've seen it. It's actually it's actually a really good documentary. It gives a lot of information and doesn't go at it either he's wrong or right. It kind of just lets Mike Sargent speak, which is the important part, is to let him speak. And if Mike Sargent, for some odd reason, ever hears this and doesn't have anything better to do, which he doesn't, and he decides to call us up and be like, hey, let's talk about this, 100% we'll have you on. We'll have a respectful conversation, Mike Sargent. You will be treated like a normal human being, but spoiler alert, you're going to be called a trash person. That's just an overall assumption. I'm sure you're a great guy. You
You're
seem
a
like a great
trash
dude.
panda.
Although in the documentary, Behind the Curve, it shows a love interest female who does a bunch of podcasts about different conspiracy theories, including flat Earth, and she is a believer, and they hang out quite a bit. Dude, Mike, do it, dude. Like, spit some game, bro. She's cute.
Yeah.
You're single and old. She's single and old. Like, do it, man. Stop pussyfooting around.
Sorry,
Spit it
you're
down.
objectifying.
But,
Maybe he's in a respectful
Yeah.
platonic relationship with her, and that's not right. AOC, flat Earth rocks.
God damn it. You know what? I would not be surprised if AOC was a fucking flat earther.
Oh, she is.
Oh, really? Is this factor you just like, yeah, no, obviously.
Oh, no. I'm just saying that
Okay.
because we're on a Know Nothing podcast, and I can say that.
Okay.
And what? CNN's gonna blast
What
me
does
for
CNN
it?
even
CNN's
stand
Hey,
for?
if we got
No
on
one knows.
CNN, I'm actually not going to be upset.
CNN has a dude who thinks calling someone the guy from The Godfather is like saying the N-word. Are you kidding me? You're all ignorant.
So, along with ignorance, the amount of people that believe in flat Earth, I'm just gonna beat this till it dies. So, rapper B.O.B., he believes in flat Earth. There are two separate basketball players that that believe it. Who is it?
Michael Jordan and
No,
Larry
no,
Bird.
Kyrie. No.
Oh God!
Stop
Don't
it.
you
If
know?
anyone knows it's
No,
Michael
I'm
Jordan, he
cleaning
can
this
jump
up right now.
higher than
No,
anything else
stop
in the
it.
world, and Larry Bird can literally fly.
Stop.
Because
Okay,
he's a bird.
As the only actual intellectual person here who watches sports. So Kyrie Irving was on a podcast one time and he said like he believed in it. And then he just got shit on the internet. And he came out and he was like, yo, I didn't know things were going to come that serious. I don't believe that shit. So Kyrie was the only one who I've known in recent memory who was like, yo, I believe in flat earth. And then the internet was just like, you're a fucking moron. He was
So-
like, I know.
Kyrie Irving, he was quoted to say, "The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. It's right in front of our faces. I'm telling you, it's right in front of our faces. They lie to us." Also, to end the flat Earth discussion, or
Yes.
just the entire conspiracy theory thing,
Yeah.
people use your brain. Like some things obviously can be argued, some things cannot be. Some things you have to believe in just due to the lack of evidence on the contrary.
Like the Earth is round. No one's
sometimes-
ever seen it. For real.
and some
I
things
hate
like that.
Rico, I
So
fucking
some
hate
things
you.
with the Earth, there is the counter argument that you've never seen it. You're riding on the fact of the mass populace information that is putting it out. If you had never heard that the Earth was round,
Interesting.
and we were always taught that the Earth was flat, and there was science and everything that was pushed out to back that, and then finally someone came out and said the Earth was round, you would think they're fucking
They thought
crazy.
the Earth was flat before.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
Our point, as in with any point on the main topics that we've discussed in the past, people who are listening to this, is look at things with an educated mind. And you're only as educated as you're willing to make yourself, and with the sources that you do. You can only do what you can with the information that you're given. And we just urge you that you try your best, because if you don't, nothing's ever going to change, right? If you keep going on the impending doom of life, nothing's ever going to be different. Just try to learn the best you can. Try to be the best people that you can and do the best thing. If you believe in something that we shat on today, you know what? Always try to prove us wrong. Constantly be trying to prove what you believe in, unless what you believe in makes you a trash person. If you're trying to make flat earth a thing, that's okay.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. I want to be proved wrong. If you prove me wrong in an actual yes. So I'm going to believe what I believe and you're going to believe what you believe. But if you want people to believe in flat earth, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Always strive to do better. And if you prove me wrong with tangible evidence, then I was wrong. But if you're a Nazi and you want to be believed in, no, fuck you. You're wrong. There are bad things to believe in.
fuck you, Nazi Bob.
That does exist.
Yeah, you fucked up by that descriptive.
Yes. So believe in what you want to believe and fight for what you believe, unless it makes you a shitbag. Don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
That is your safety brief for the day. Is believe in what you want to believe, fight for what you believe, unless it makes you a fucking turd. A turd of a person. Okay?
Before we sign off, right? Because I feel like that's where we're going.
I mean, that was supposed to be the end, but fuck it, you continue.
I'm going to. I would like to thank every single person who has liked anything on Facebook, liked anything on YouTube or subscribed to that, liked anything on Instagram. Anybody who is supporting this show right now, thank you for liking it. Continue to like it. Share it
Real heroes.
with each episode that comes out. If you hear something you like, and if you hear something that like, hey, I think so-and-so is going to like that, send it to them. You know, that's how this show is going to spread out, is by you guys liking it and then sharing it with the people who you like as well. That's all I wanted to say. Is I don't know how to do the whole like, oh, like, share, and subscribe shit. Just, hey man, if we make you laugh, yeah, no, exactly,
You just did it.
yeah, hooah. If we make you laugh, and if you listen to this and you know somebody who it'll make laugh too, share it with him. That's awesome.
100%.
We want to laugh with more people.
I just got an actual personal message from my friend Teresa. Shout out to you because you are actually messaging me on Facebook right now, which is fantastic. Thank you for your input, Teresa. She's a very old friend of mine, and I appreciate you liking the podcast. We've had people walk up to us every day and tell us input and better things that we can do, and it's awesome. It's fantastic hearing from you guys.
Yes.
Don't feel like we're not going to want to read and hear what you have to say. We do. We honestly do, whether it's negative or positive or whatever it may be. And again, if you have a topic, throw it out there. We will shit on it. This is just a shit on podcast.
You'll notice a trend in this podcast. There's going to be the weeks where we're just shooting the shit.
In the future, we're just going to try to cover things as we go.
Give us something that you
For
think we can tackle.
myself, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a fantastic weekend or weekday or whenever the fuck I finish editing this to release it. For myself, have a great time. Live your life. Don't be a trash person.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Share, like, subscribe.
What they said. Share, like, subscribe.
Yep. That has been decided. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day. I'll see you later. Peace out.